Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 79, and just a side note, we have today and tomorrow, and then we are in our second review. So, woohoo! Um, I brought Isabella closer. She's ready for her close-up so that you all could see the magnificent beauty that she is. Her final blossom opened. It is miraculous. So back to today. Lesson 79, let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. And please subscribe. And I heard many of you enjoyed the meditation from yesterday, so I appreciate that. This is a great lesson. And this is, if this is not your first time going through the course, obviously a very much a precursor to tomorrow's lesson as we complete this section. Let me recognize the problem can be solved. We think that there are many, many, many problems in this world because we are listening to the ego's laws, and the ego has many laws. So obviously the ego has many, many problems, but we are under no laws but God's, and God really has one law, and that is for us to know that we indeed are part of Him, and we are the extension of that love that He has for us. So, one problem, and but the important thing is, with any problem, with any situation, until we have the awareness of what that problem is, or that there indeed is a problem, it cannot be solved. Awareness comes first, which I've said many, many times, and I say it often in my classes. First comes the awareness. Before the awareness, the problems, the situations are just going to continue. We have to become aware. A problem cannot be solved if you do not know what it is. Even if it is really solved already, you will have the problem because you do not recognize that it has been solved. This is the situation of this world. We think there are so many problems, but the problem of separation, which is really the only problem, has already been solved, yet the solution is not recognized because the problem is not recognized. So this is why the awareness comes first. So we want the problems to be resolved, which comes to a resolution, a re-solution, a re-solving, because the problems have already been solved. And yes, that's a big spoiler alert for tomorrow. But these two lessons go hand in hand, so I'm not really too concerned about that. So in this world, we think we have many, 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 many problems. In fact, our problems are really a part of the story that we tell about ourselves, our history, our his story or her story. And people will get together and try to prove that their problems are worse than your problems. It's all a part of the insanity of this world. When people get together and problems just sort of come up as the topic of conversation, and someone will listen and go, yes, but oh, you don't know what happened to me. We are very much attracted and enmeshed in having problems. We don't know what our life would be without them. This world is very much with one problem after another, is like a game of whack-a-mole. But some people object to even the thought, the idea of hurting a rodent. I do too. So let's call it whack-a-drone, because I don't think anyone has soft, fuzzy feelings about drones. So at the arcade, when my son was little, I would take him, and there was this game, and you had a big, soft hammer, and this thing would pop up, and you go whack, 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 and it would disappear. But as soon as that one disappeared, another thing would pop up, whack, whack, whack. And this went on and on and on until your tokens ran out. That is the situation of this world. We think we have many, many, many problems, but there is indeed only one, and it is the belief in separation. The temptation to regard problems as many is the temptation to keep the problem of separation unresolved. The lesson tells us that it's a long series of different situations which seem to confront you. As one is settled in, the next one appears, the next one. There's no time in which you feel completely free of problems and at peace, and we want peace. We want the peace of God. No one could solve all the problems of the world appears to hold. Some spring up unexpectedly, just as you think you have resolved the previous ones. Again, there's that game, whack, whack, whack. All this complexity is but a desperate attempt not to recognize the problem and therefore not to let it be resolved. It's been solved already. Our longer practice periods today are for us to look at the problem, okay? In our longer practice periods, we'll ask what the problem is. What's the problem? And then what is the answer? Because again, as we have been doing this past several days, we ask and then we wait. We will try to free our minds of all the many different kinds of problems we think we have. We will try to realize that we have only one problem, which we have failed to recognize. We will ask what it is and wait for the answer. We will be told. Then we will ask for the solution to it, and we will be told. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. And these exercises for today will be successful to the extent to which you do not insist on defining the problem. Keep your mind open. What really is this problem? And then see how separation plays into that problem, because that is not what we are going to see initially. We are going to think our problem is one of abundance. It is one of nutrition. It is one of medicine. But all of these can be condensed down to being simply a problem of separation. The ego would prefer that we remain mired down with multiple problems that will keep us busy and not willing to address the one real solution. But when I realize that there is only one, just that awareness will bring me relief. So, you are trying to recognize that you have been given the answer by recognizing the problem, so that the problem and the answer can be brought together and you can be at peace. As soon as there was a problem, the answer was given and they are together. They are together. I thought I heard a cat. They are together, and that is how God wants them to be, because God doesn't want us to go searching for a solution. He wants us to see and recognize and have the awareness, the solution has already been given to me. I just need to see it and claim it. Lesson 33, okay, there's another way of looking at this world. That is what we are doing today. We are looking at this world. We are looking at these problems in another way. We've thought they were many. They are simply only one. The shorter practices, as often as possible throughout the hour, and we'll want to do them as soon as there is a recognition that something has been disturbing to us. As soon as we think there is a problem, we say, let me recognize this problem so it can be solved. Then try to suspend all judgment about what the problem is. If possible, close your eyes for a moment and ask, what is it? And you will be heard and you will be answered. There's only one problem. It's separation. And the solution is the awareness that that is not so. And tomorrow, we continue with let me recognize my problems have been solved. So we will go there tomorrow. I hope this helped. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please smile to realize your problems are going to simply disappear, because there's only one, and that one isn't real either. We've never been apart from our Father. And just breathe in, release, smile, and pray, and please be here tomorrow. Namaste.